What's up, guys? Joe Wedge here. I got a quick tip for you. When you're throwing, there is a way to harness the wind. A lot of people get discombobulated when they're throwing this way and you have a crosswind coming either way, or maybe they don't know how to handle a headwind. Well, there's different ways to throw. You can manipulate the way you throw and the way you release to benefit you with the wind. First off, here's a super simple idea that we're gonna apply to everything. To throw further, you want the wind to hit the bottom of your discus. If it's hitting the top, it's gonna push it down. If I'm throwing a disc like this in this direction, the wind is coming at it, that wind is gonna push it down. Using that idea, we are going to apply that to all scenarios of wind. First off, let's say I'm throwing towards you and I have a crosswind coming from this way. Using that, what we know, crosswind's coming this way, you would want to release that discus lower than normal because you want the wind to hit the bottom of the disc. So when I release, crosswind coming this way, you're gonna change your orbit, you're gonna manipulate your throw to release a little bit lower. Now, let's say you have a crosswind coming this way. Remember, you want the wind to hit the bottom of the disc. So you're gonna raise your release point up to here. That way, the wind is hitting right there. It's gonna give it a little bit more lift. To do that, check another video. I'll see if I can add it in the end of the video or some crap, but I have another video on how to change your release height, your release point. It's all about high points and low points. Check out that video. It's a full in-depth explanation on how to do that. Let's say you have a headwind now. Headwinds are the most beneficial wind you can have. You'll throw a PR in a headwind if you know how to handle it. The stronger it is, the lower you want to throw. If you have a headwind that's really strong, 20, 30 miles an hour coming at you, and you throw a little bit too high, it's gonna go up, and then that wind is just gonna stop it rather than lift it up. It's gonna stop it, and it's gonna fall straight down. If you have a very strong headwind, you wanna throw it flatter than you normally would, just so the wind's coming right about here. Not like this, but like this. Kind of throwing it into the horizon. That wind's gonna give a little bit lift, it's gonna sail a little bit further. Now, let's say you have a backwind. That's tough. You're more than likely not gonna throw PR if the wind is at your back. But logically, it would make sense to throw it a little bit higher in a backwind. A little bit higher, it's gonna be in the air longer, and it's gonna have a little bit more wind pushing it. As for backwinds and stadium winds, there's not as much knowledge out there on how to harness the wind, especially stadiums. There's no wind at all. It's like throwing inside. But as for these crosswinds, now you know how to harness them. Practice that at practice too. You know, if you're able to throw in different directions in a circle, or if you have a concrete pad in the middle of a field like I do, you can go over on this side, practice this crosswind, and then throw the other direction and practice this crosswind. Practice that. You need to be able to manipulate your throw just a little bit in competition to benefit you. That's actually how I threw my high school PR. I had a weird crosswind, and I said, okay, I just released a little bit lower, and it went pretty far. A lot of people threw horrible that meet because they failed to observe that and failed to adapt to the wind. So hope you guys appreciate it. Remember, check out the other video about it should be labeled as releasing low or dipping, fix your orbit. Should be labeled as that. Check that out, and that'll get you to figure out how to change your release angle. Thanks for watching, guys.